Dire Wolf Productions presents In Midnight Hours with Secrets and Sasquatch.
Chester, can't you walk any softer for God's sakes? I thought Sasquatches were supposed to be the one with the forest.
Sorry, sweetheart. I don't have dainty little feet like the princess here.
You sound like a troop of chimpanzees.
Oh, don't get your colorful panties all in a knot.
Have you been drinking tonight?
I may have had a few beverages.
Great. A drunken Sasquatch. Fan-friggin-tastic. What good are you going to be later?
I'm feeling fine, kiddo. Don't you worry your pretty little head.
You're going to let me down. I know it. How could you hit the hooch on a night like this? You are one dumb yeti.
Don't say those mean things, Penny. I'm no White Walker, and you know I got your back.
All you've got is a thirsty belly and some gigantic feet. Would you quiet down already? I think that's the place.
That monstrosity? Who would build a house like that way out here? Even I think this is backwoods.
Yeah, well, you got the letter in that ugly satchel of yours? Let me see it again. I want to check something.
Oh, I got everything in here.
Now you know why I don't bother carrying a purse. You're a regular Mary Poppins.
Well, where else am I going to keep all my stuff? It's handy for someone who doesn't wear clothes.
You got some more booze in there?
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Don't drain it all. Gimme.
Good lord. Did you down the rest of a 2-6 in one gulp? You really are an alky.
Hey, I got a big stomach.
Alright, let's get down to business.
Yep, and here's your letter.
Let's see now. At the southwest edge of Phantom Mountain, you'll spot a lovely mansion. Look for the red door with a surprise in store. Yada, yada, yada.
Well, there's your red door. I bet even I could fit through it. Why, that's good craftsmanship.
Whoever built this place wasn't playing with a full deck.
I guess it doesn't look too scary. Maybe you could have come on your own.
Jeez, I didn't know there were wolves on Vancouver Island.
Oh, sure there are. I hang out with a party pack on weekends all the time.
A party pack?
Yeah, we play drinking games and stuff, mess with campers.
Is that so? And what do you get up to exactly?
Well, this one time, it was pretty funny. We found these 3 city girls spending a night in the woods and snuck off with their lingerie. Then the wolves dared me to put some on and strut back through their camp.
You can't be serious.
You should have seen the looks on their faces. Oh, Penny, the wolves were rolling around, said, "Let 'em go ahead and tell the whole world." Who would believe them?
Good lord, Chester. Well, I didn't know you liked to wear lingerie.
Oh, that sounds like Bitey.
Should have brought him along too.
No, wolves don't like hanging around with redheads. Some legend makes them disinclined to the little red type.
Whatever. I guess you'll have to do.
I'm all the muscle you'll ever need, sweetheart.
Would you shut it and listen to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here we go. This is ridiculous, but I don't care. I'll try to stay in view of the windows. If I disappear for too long, say 5 minutes at most, I want you breaking down the front door.
I'll give you half an hour.
Don't you dare, you big numbskull. 5 minutes out of sight, and I want the cavalry arriving.
What if you're just going to the bathroom? I know that can take you 20 solid minutes or more.
If you hear me scream for help, I want you to come help me.
Oh, I suppose.
Alright, here I go. Wish me luck, you hairy bastard.
Don't get into trouble now.
You just watch my back, or I'll give you trouble like you've never experienced in your entire flea-scratching life.
I love you, Penny.
Yeah. Go ahead under that big old tree. I'm off. That lummox better have my back. This is so stupid. Jeez, this place is creepy.
Hello?
Hey there. How's it going? Listen. I'm sorry to interrupt your evening here, and this may sound a little nuts, but see, I got this strange letter.
Oh goodness, it's you! Yes, of course. Please come in. Please, don't be frightened. Pardon my appearance, but you're more than welcome here. I believe we're in the same proverbial boat. Look, I got a letter too.
Well, look at that.
Don't be frightened of me whatsoever.
No, it's just that you're dressed a little unusually.
These are the standard warrior garments from my homeland. Take no mind, I was only being cautious, what with this visit being so odd and all.
I see, that's natural, of course. And this is your house?
No, I only just arrived. The door was unlocked. The letter led me here, just like you. It was too bewitching to resist.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Please, come in. We can decipher this riddle together.
Well, alright.
Welcome to this place. Rather unique, isn't it? My name is Sarkis.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Penny Paxton.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine.
Hey, watch it, pal.
Oh, I apologize, Penny. Where I'm from, it's customary to kiss the hand of such a beautiful lady upon making her acquaintance.
Beautiful lady, huh? Oh, go on.
You certainly are a welcome surprise on this dark and mysterious night. What a lovely figure you cut.
Alright. Just keep it in check, pal. I may look little, but I got some secret weapons up my sleeve. Don't tempt me.
Of course. No harm meant, my dear. I was simply being honest. May I take your jacket?
No.
As you wish. Please come in here and take a look at this. The living room seems to be arranged for us. We've each got a comfortable chair.
Well, I do love leather. But 3 chairs?
I gather there's another party joining us. It certainly is a lovely room, isn't it? All these wonderfully exotic animal heads. And that beautiful fireplace is just aching for a fire. Do you know anything about starting one?
Well, my dad taught me how to light fires with 2 twigs and a string. I can light a fire with a piece of glass. I'm a child of a forest, really. First rank.
Well then, Penny. Could you light my fire?
Oh, let's see here. It's all set up with paper in a pyramid, ready to go. Just a spark should do it. And there it is.
Look at that. Well done, Penny. You certainly are talented.
Yeah, thanks. I do my best.
I've never met a girl who could light a fire as fast as she sets one off in my heart.
Wow.
Sorry. That's me being too candid again. I'm honest to a fault, you know. No harm meant.
It's alright. I suppose I can't blame you.
You're more than gracious.
That's a strange accent you have, Sarkis. Where'd you say you were from?
I didn't. Oh, we have our 3rd visitor. Please excuse me. Good evening, good sir. Please come in.
Why, thank you. I don't mean to intrude, but I got this letter.
As did we all. Would you please come in? We'll get to the bottom of things.
Don't mind if I do.
My, but you are a strapping fellow. What a collection we 3 make.
A collection?
Yes, we're a trio, summoned to this outlandish place in the middle of the night. May I introduce Miss Penny Paxton?
Hello there.
Ma'am?
And I'm Sarkis. Don't be misled. This isn't my residence. I simply showed up on a whim, as you 2 did.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintances. The name's Falron.
How do you do, Falron?
Well, ma'am, to be honest, I'm a bit perturbed with this rather odd situation. I felt like I was being watched just walking to the door.
Can't blame you for that.
This is a touch creepy, isn't it?
You could say that again, mister. What was it? Sarkis?
Yes, my dear fellow. That's what you may call me.
Holy smokes. Sarkis and Falron. That could be the name of a band.
Well, I reckon so. Now you two just met, huh? Well, isn't this an odd pickle? See, this letter...
Yes, we all have one.
What did yours say, Thauron?
Why, let me see here. Mr. Falron, it's time you be gone. You've pined away for far too long. With one small courageous step, you can dissolve your state of wretchedness into a glowing pretty loveliness. Please present yourself alone to the southwest base of Phantom Mountain this Friday night at 9. I promise you won't be disappointed.
How interesting.
And what does yours say?
Dearest Sarkis, an adventure awaits your most discriminating taste. You've been wasting away, of broken design, drowning yourself in song and wine. Now's the chance to strike at life. Grab your knife. And then it lists the time and address. Rather intriguing, no?
Huh. And did you grab your knife?
I brought it.
Well, ain't that fancy. Let's hope you don't have reason to use it.
No, of course.
'Cause it ain't no fun when someone brings a knife to a gunfight.
Alright, that looks like it works, so we all have weapons. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves.
She's right, of course. We may all be on the same side here.
Right.
Okay, good. Let's just all settle down. My letter's along the same lines as yours. Penny, penny, quite contrary, what a delicious front you show. If honesty's your limit, then why don't you give it, and find it on Phantom Lane Row? Then there's directions to this creepy old barn.
Well, I'll be. Sure gotta give us all credit for showing up. Especially you, Miss Penny. I mean, Sarkis here is dressed for the part, all intimidating like. And I can handle myself with any old folks that want to tangle. But you're just a little wee lass.
Don't you underestimate me, farm boy. I can pack a wallop.
I'll bet.
Where do you hail from, anyways?
Southern Texas, ma'am. Right along the Rio Grande.
Nice. That's some pretty country. Never been there, but I can imagine. Sarkis here's from parts unknown.
What can I say?
Don't say anything, friend. Looks like I'm the only one born and raised on the island. Not too far from here, actually. And I'd like to get to the bottom of all this malarkey. Why don't we go sit? My butt could use a break.
After you, miss.
And you.
Well then, these are comfy.
Yes'm.
Right, well. And now to our predicament. Do any of us have a hint of the reason for our invitation?
I can't rightly guess.
No, huh? Falron, your letter mentioned a state of wretchedness. I can't help but compare that to my own named Broken Design. Any thoughts towards what that's hinting at?
Well, upon further reflection, yes, I suppose I do.
Please don't be shy. Enlighten us.
My so-called state of wretchedness is pretty much my own dang business, and I prefer to keep it as such.
Fallon, we're all in this together. Don't be shy. Tell us your story. I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Miss Penny, I don't believe I can turn down an offer like that. Well, here goes.
Just a moment. Let me dim these lights and throw another log on the fire. Might as well set the mood, no?
That should be good. Please continue, Fallon.
All right. Well, I suppose things all started about a year ago, while I worked as a ranch hand down El Paso Way, just up from the border. The spread covered 5,000 acres. Not big by Texas standards, but it took some time to get around, you know. Well, I'll admit I'm not the hardest working cowboy there is, and used to sneak off now and again for little siestas under the cottonwoods. And this one time I overslept. Woke up and it was already night out.
Let me guess. On a night much like this.
Darker. It was a hell of a dark night. I remember. No moon out. Just the stars and me, all alone together. Well, I had some land to cross to get back to where I was going. When I crawled over this sharp rise, I stumbled on a family of illegals huddled under there. They were working through the night with no fire or nothing. Just fear on their faces. Now, I don't have no quarrel with Mexicans. I guess I'm set off for more than a few locals in that regard. But then I've always been different. Anyways, I wasn't going to give them no hard time, and I guess they sensed that from me. Besides, there was a kid with them. So the man and I started talking. He spoke a bit of English. He said they'd seen something out in the desert. Something strange.
What?
He wouldn't say, or he couldn't say, but he warned me not to continue on my way that night. He said it wasn't worth my life to go. Well, Miss Penny, I'd like to consider myself a brave man, but not a stupid one. And the look on these folks' faces told me they wasn't lying. If anything, I thought I'd protect 'em should this thing come round again. So we spent the night together, with no fire, freezing through the cold.
Oh, how noble of you.
Mister, I don't know what the word for it was, but there was something in the air, and I could feel it. I was glad I went no further that night. Come daybreak, we went our separate ways. I had some splaining to do, but it was better than getting caught out there alone with whatever had haunted those people.
Huh. Sounds strange.
It was strange, miss, without a doubt. But what was stranger was, I had the same feeling again. About a month later, I've been tracking down a heifer that got separated from the herd. I found myself alone near a creek when suddenly that strange feeling came over me. That feeling I almost forgot all about. Something rattling through my bones. I crawled up over her eyes and there was the heifer. What was left of her. She'd been all torn up and spread across the field. The smell was a horrible thing. Now I'm sorry to get all graphic, Miss Penny. It's a fairly hard thing to forget. Wild animals don't do that sort of thing, see? Something else had to got to that cow.
And what do you think it was?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. I was content to forget. Only I couldn't. Got to carrying this 6-shooter with me at all times. Never was much of a gunman before. You'd think I wasn't a real Texan. Well, whatever's out there prowling around sure turned me into one. Mighty fast.
Did you come across it again?
I had 2 more encounters. The next was a couple months later, while I was with a partner. We were heading back to the ranch house round sunset when that sensation started tingling. At least in me it did. Billy noticed I was spooked and tried to wrangle it on out of me. But what was I supposed to tell him? There was a ghost out there? Aliens? And then I saw it. A great big old black hump just over a ridge. I just caught a glimpse, but it was enough to give a sense of size. We got 300-pound wild pigs running around all over Texas. Whatever this sumbitch was, I could eat one for breakfast, let me tell you. It was some big, mean, black bastard.
But you didn't get a good look at it.
No, just a glimpse, but that was enough.
And the next time?
The next time I was rooting around in a completely different area. This was about 2 months ago. Sunset again. Probably should have been out that near dark, but a man gets busy, and I can be somewhat foolish sometimes. The sound of a distant gunshot had caught my attention, and I was off to investigate. I'd stopped to water a little tree. I remember this little low-flying plane blew overhead. It made me feel all self-conscious. Then this weird smell caught my attention. Not the smell of its exhaust or anything, but an ugly smell, like the smell of that heifer's insides catching air. Curiosity got the best of me, and I just had to follow it. The smell was strongest from this big hill up ahead. I climbed the hill. The sun was setting way out across the desert, and you wouldn't have believed the streaks of colors it shone. I looked down the hill, and I saw movement. My heart stopped. Only this wasn't a creature. This was somebody. A girl. A woman, to be exact. Damn near full of more curves than I ever saw. She was rooting around near the little plain, and a huge black boulder. Of course, that wasn't no boulder. I got closer and found my monster. Hoo-hoo-wee! What a gall-darn sight! Looked like crossed between a great tusky boar and some gall-damn black-toothed pisshound from the pits of hell. He smelled something horrible. She was in the middle of field dressing him, and she looked like she knew what she was doing. All dressed up in black, with a huge rifle laying against a tree, and sweet leather boots up to her knees. She seemed pretty unconcerned by my appearance. I came up close. She gave me a certain look. Do you believe in true love, Penny?
I really don't know.
Well, I didn't. Until that moment.
Are you telling me this woman killed your creature? What was it?
On my life, I don't know. If you can imagine some misbegotten beast cast out by Satan himself, then you've got a fairly good understanding of this godforsaken bastard. And yeah, she taken him down all right. This little wee thing. And, in a sense, she sure took me down too. Not to relate too intimate of details, miss, but the bloodlust from her kill must have really stuck a whole nother kind of lust in her. And boy, I was hers for the taking. We shared one wild, rockin' night. I was at her disposal. Good Lord Almighty! I never did catch her name, but a striking tattoo wrapped one a nice leg of hers. It was a mean black panther. Yeah, she was one mysterious creature, let me tell you.
How very alluring. Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. I woke up the next morning to the plane blowing over, and both the beast and she long gone. And I never had another problem on the ranch, except an aching in my heart for the girl of my dreams. I still look back and think it was all a dream.
Maybe it was. What exactly connects your story with the letter summoning you here? And why on earth would you come all the way to Vancouver Island from Texas?
Because the seal on the letter had a Black Panther stamp.
Wow. Well then, Sarkis, you've already pointed out all the animal heads around here. When you arrived, did you happen to check the rest of the place out by any chance?
I arrived only moments before you.
So we've just been sitting here yapping, while who knows what could be watching? Well, I reckon we should take a look around.
That's what I'm thinking. Falron, you've got the gun. Why don't you lead the way? Sarkis, you could grab that fire poker there.
All I need is my knife.
Okay, let's go.
What a creepy old barn.
It's giving me the willies. And I don't get the willies too often.
It certainly has a unique design. Wait. This door is open. Good lord!
Well, I'll be.
Is that ever horrible?
I assume, my southern friend, that this is your beast?
Boy, that's him, all right. I won't never get used to the sight. She did a hell of a job mounting the head.
I don't know what the hell kind of place this is, but I'm becoming somewhat perturbed.
I know.
What's that now?
I said I know.
You know what, Mr. Foreign Freaking Warrior Man?
I believe I know the nature of this home, or trophy home, if you will.
Well, by all means, enlighten us.
You've met her. That's it, isn't it?
As a matter of fact, Falron, yes, I have.
I could tell by the look in your eyes when I mentioned the Black Panther.
Yes, the Black Panther. Well, it seems we all may be more connected here than we at first thought. How strange it is, the carpeting in this room. Come now, Penny, what do you see outside?
The moon and the stars. Nothing at all. I'm just keeping an eye out. Why don't I open this for a little air? It's stuffy in here with all these gross heads looking down.
That one there looks like a snow fox on steroids.
It isn't a snow fox, and there are no drugs involved. It's an Arctic wraith. Don't you notice the red eyes and extra row of fangs?
And how do you know such a strange beast so well?
I encountered them on my last expedition to this country's Arctic. It was on this same journey that I met our mysterious woman in question.
I'd sure like to hear about her.
Yes. Where to begin? I'll skip the prelude, as it were. No need to recount that nasty business. Jumping ahead, I'd attached myself to a small scientific crew studying the effects of the dwindling polar ice caps on the migratory patterns of the little willow ptarmigan. I was financing the expedition, accompanying purely in a figurehead role, as a chance for gaining access to remote areas was a high priority at the time. I enjoyed wandering off on my own, relishing in the thrill of being cut off in that barren wasteland, at one with both its stark beauty and unforgiving ferocity. The desolate, subtle violence of the place touched me. It was the dead black of winter, and there was no possible chance of warmth. An unending darkness hung heavy across the landscape and across our collective psyches. The sun had abandoned us. Out there in that black cold, it felt like we'd crossed into another place and another time.
Yeah. You know, I've always wanted to visit the Arctic,
Yes?
but not anymore.
Don't let me dissuade you, Penny. It's beautiful, really beautiful in a desperate sense. Much like yourself.
Boy, you sure know how to encourage a lady.
Where I found myself, there was no time for pleasantries. I had work to do. Contemplation inwards. A fight with the Maker, you might say. Maybe that's how I came to be blessed. I was the only one to report seeing wraiths, you see, and though I piqued my colleagues' interest, I soon found them rather doubtful of my reports, and gave up sharing the things I saw. You can see now I was neither lying nor crazy.
Well, you weren't lying at least.
Yes. Now, the wraiths were incidental. Chilling, yes, but then everything was chilled. Your spit could freeze before it hit the ground. And these things would flash along the periphery every now and then, mere spectres in the dark, up to who knows what infernal designs. I soon came to regard them as welcome little nightmares. They were my almost friends, and in that state of open, warm acceptance, she came to me. Yes, the northern lights were blazing across the entire sky, souls aching toward a shifting other world. She materialized out of the darkness, donned in black fur, her rifle slung over her back, and an Arctic wraith's head in her hand. Its idyllic fur was sullied with blood that matched its gruesome open eyes of scarlet. I had my knife out as she stepped forward, almost floating on the snow. Even covered in all that thick black fur, I could tell a woman was buried beneath. The grace in her movements, the feminine essence just radiating off of her. She pulled back her hood, and her face was revealed to me. Yes, Falron, she was the placard of beauty. I'll concede that score. Her lips were cold but inviting, and her eyes were limitless. With a thick Russian accent, she warmed my bones through that dead Arctic air. She disrobed and was hated. She engulfed me. There, in that moment, we met in that far reach of the earth, while my knife reflected green and purple spirits on their voyage through the sky.
You kissed my girl, Sarkis.
On the contrary, dear fellow, she is by no means your girl, and of course we did more than kiss.
Oh, listen to that. Another wolf. Even they sense the blight in the air. I wonder if he's mourning the death of his Arctic cousin.
Ah, Penny, the wraiths are no relatives of wolves. They're of an altogether different race, akin to this special breed of creature our southern gentleman found roaming his ranch. Look at the eyes. Both sets share the same aspect. What we're dealing with here are spawn from another realm, haunting our world. And she is the one who hunts them. And I went hunting with her.
Now, what was it y'all did with her?
Falron, my boy, some things are best left to the imagination. I saw the panther tattoo, yes, but I'll stick to the hunt. She called to me, and I came. She told me we were hunting much more dangerous prey, a monster of the snow and ice that gutted polar bears and terrorized Inuit. She seemed drawn to it with some supernatural inclination. I followed for hours over great heaps of snow and ice. I was completely exhausted, but she had me by some invisible lure. When we finally came upon the creature, she left me. I could no longer keep up. I saw nothing more than a blur of black on white, and she was lost under the northern lights. A shot rang out some indiscriminate time later. I had no idea how long it had been. I'd lost all sense of time in my own mind. I didn't know if she lived or died. Soon I passed out and should have frozen to death, happy to have experienced that one aching hour of bliss, but awoke back in the camp, certain she had brought me there, certain she'd killed her beast, and left me alone with a single burning memory of our night together in the snow.
I've heard just about enough. This gal's too much for a sort like you. She'll go to the better man.
I agree.
Gentlemen, please put your weapons away.
You!
I don't believe it.
You aren't going to fight over who's the better kisser now, are you?
Where did you crawl out of?
The spaces between the air.
Ha! Hardly, my exotic friend. I have a trapdoor behind this unusual fellow here from Africa. What was once called a flying camel leopard. I heard everything, and enjoyed your most eloquent retellings of our intimate experiences.
Okay. Who are you, lady?
My name is Victoria Semenova.
The girl who stole my heart.
Ah, my dear American, so melodramatic. You have the great enthusiasm of your people. Yes, I'm very glad you came. I'm glad you all came. Please, welcome to my little getaway, my home away from home. So cozy here in these big, dark woods.
You've got some crazy notions how to welcome, lady.
Much like you storytellers, I too have a flair for the dramatics.
Why did you wait? Why did you wait so long to come back into my life?
Sarkis, my dear, it hasn't been so long now, has it?
The answers
All in good time. All in good time.
No, he has a right to know. What's the meaning of all this? Why hide like that?
Why beckon us with these strange letters, my darling?
Ah, mysteries upon mysteries. Perhaps, my friends, these questions can best be answered with this young lady's tale. Miss Penny Paxton, why don't you relate to the others your piece in this rather lurid puzzle?
Oh, very well.
Miss Penny, I'm all ears.
I suffered from nightmares a lot as a child. Waking nightmares. I don't really want to get into the details here. Basically, these things would come to me in late hours after the sun had gone down and I was alone in my room. Dad would be downstairs drinking, I'd have my flashlight and a mystery book, and everything would be going fine. Until the jitters would start, and the nighttime things would come out of the shadows. They weren't as physical as your unloving war beasts or these Arctic wraiths, but they seemed to live in some in-between plane. The terrors are real, alright. First I feel them brushing against my skin, like they were toying with me, kind of all provocative. And they got worse, and appeared in the moments between blinking. Horrible eyes, smiling faces. I thought I was going crazy. I was just sleeping one night. Everything was just as peaceful as could be. I even remember the dream. It started fine, then felt invaded. I woke up in a dead chill. I always sleep on my right side, facing the wall. I have a tiny twin bed and tiny myself, get all scrunched up on one side. Pure dark in the room, and this feeling. I could feel the bed slowly vibrate with the chorus. Something next to me was breathing, ever so softly. There was something with me in the bed. I could feel it. It wasn't human. It was right there beside me. I didn't dare move. I didn't do anything but pray and pray and pray. And I squeezed my hands, and I thought, how quickly can I make it to the window and open it up? And then I was moving faster than I could think, and I ripped open the window and screamed and landed in the dirt. And I looked back, and I saw the lights flick on, and my dad rushed into the room. And then the lights went out again, and he made a gurgling sound, and I started running, and turned back once, and everything was throbbing around my room. And I just kept running because I'm a coward, and I never saw my dad again.
Why, I am ever so sorry, Penny.
Don't be sorry for me. Be sorry for my dad and dealt with the fate that should have been my own.
What could you have done?
I could have done something.
Penny,
Anyways, it doesn't really matter now, does it? I kept on running to the night. I went deeper and deeper into the woods. I got completely lost and helpless. You've been alone in the woods at night, right? Let me say, it's scarier than any damn demon in bed with you. I was lost in the body and spirit, and my mind started to go wild from the horrible things that would happen next.
I think I know the feeling.
You don't know the half of it. I could feel these nightmares all around me, and I could feel they'd taken my dad. I was there alone in the woods with them, and I was at the end of me. If I found a cliff, I would have jumped off it.
oh, you don't know that.
I would have smashed my skull against a boulder if I found one. The shadows seemed to be closing in. And then something else came out of the forest. A great big old furry, hairy, drunken beast. A bloody Sasquatch at a time like that. And he stood there, drunkenly, like a mama bear over a cub, and all the shadows went away. He saved me from the darkness, and from myself. We became pals. His name's Chester.
You were saved by a Sasquatch?
You bet.
Well, why the hell not?
And we've been sidekicks ever since. And he's always had my back, and I've had his. The shadows never returned.
How interesting, darling. There's such a connection between the deep reaches and your unusual pet.
He's not my pet, he's my friend. And we've been on all kinds of adventures together, including answering strange letters in the mail that make no sense. And I don't see how some crazy Russian broad figures into all this.
All three of you wonderful guests have had contact with the edges of a darker world. Favron, my cowboy, you led me to your desert beast. Sarkis, my lord, you brought me to your Arctic terrors. Penny, my dear,
Oh, don't say it.
you brought your own monster to me.
Chester, run! Get the hell out of here!
Little girl, save your breath, save yourself. Please, if you break any more of my property, I am sure to get angry.
You don't know the first thing about angry, you scorpion woman.
Now, Penny, just hold on.
Chester! What are you doing, you filthy tramp?
Penny!
Oh, Chester, look at you. You're all tied up. What has she done?
I haven't done anything yet, young girl.
Nah, she's right so far, Pen. It was my own dumb fault. Just look at her. I was supposed to be watching out for you, and instead, I was watching her.
Oh, Chester, you big drunk horny lug.
I heard a commotion and came in through the front door, but I'm sorry, honey. I was so plastered I slipped and passed out. When I opened my eyes, all a blur, there was this old princess with a bunch of ropes. What was I supposed to do? I could barely see straight.
Chester!
I was bewitched, I tell you.
As was I. As much as I'm astounded by a hog-tied squatch in your living room, lady. Your curious powers here have got me scratching my noggin.
She's some kind of horrible witch in hooker's clothes.
Oh, Penny, where'd you learn to talk like that?
Why are you so calm, Chester? Don't you know she's gonna kill you?
I am here to rid this world of all evil things.
He's not evil. You are. It's you.
Now, my dear.
Don't you dare me, you snake. If you don't untie him, I'll knock that grin right off your face.
And how will you do that, sweetheart, when I have this enormous gun?
Well, I guess I'm done with you, pal. We had a good run.
Not so fast, miss. You may be the love of my life, but you're not the only one with a gun.
Ah, Pharaoh, my dear chivalrous fool. Don't be ridiculous.
I don't want to put a bullet through the back of your pretty little skull, but I'll do it if you try to harm Miss Pennis, or that big old ugly ape too.
Hey, no, that wasn't very gentlemanly.
Pharaoh, please.
I mean it, darling. You may think you're a quick shot, but don't forget this cowpoke's from Texas.
Boy, I like his style.
And I'm starting to regret inviting him.
And I'm wondering why you invited either of us, Victoria. I can see inviting Penny to lure in the wood ape, but why bring us gents back into the fold?
For love.
Oh, now you can't be serious.
I invited you, dear Pharaoh, because I knew you loved me and thought you might join me in my travels. I was simply getting lonely again. Please put your gun down.
No can do.
Ah, well then. I invited you, Sarki, because I also loved you and thought you of all people could handle such a relationship. And if not, well, maybe you'd come in handy at such a time as this.
Now what do you mean by... Ugh!
Sarkis, no!
Oh, that wasn't a very nice thing to do.
Why did you stab him? Oh, God.
I'm sorry, Penny.
Well done, Sarkis. Ah, you've just proven your worth as an admirable partner. I require loyalty and someone quick with a knife.
I have become yours. You have my heart and my knife.
Sarkis, you son of a bitch.
We are simply doing the world a favor, my dear.
No, you're not. You're nuts. You're both twisted and nuts.
Hey, Richie, why didn't you just finish me off all at once?
I simply wanted to hear this young girl's tale first. I wanted to hear what your connection was to the darker themes. You've been keeping them away, it seems. I can't have that. I'm here to kill them, and I can't kill them while they hide. So I'm sorry, Chester, but I must add you to the trophy room.
You're insane. I can't take it.
I'm sorry, my sweet girl, but for once you're right.
Oh, Penny, don't abandon me.
I'm not, Chester.
Wolves!
What's happening, Penny?
I let the wolves in, and the devil woman disappeared. Oh, Chester, they're tearing Sarkis all the ribbons.
Oh, thanks, guys. Hey, lady, nice going. I didn't like that fella. But Penny, how did you know they were outside?
They've been howling all night. Didn't you hear?
I'm drunk, remember?
Yeah, okay, well, let's get you untied. Hey, buddy, come over here and give me a hand.
Thanks, guys. Boy, I could use a drink. Now what happened to that crazy lady?
She just vanished, Chester. I don't know. And that poor, brave cowboy.
I ain't done yet.
Falron!
He done gutted me.
Boy, you look in rough shape.
You,
What?
behind you.
Chester, look out!
Oh no!
Heidi took a bullet for you, and she got Falron,
But he got her.
so she can bleed.
Yes, girl. I can bleed too. That cowboy wasn't lying. He was a fast draw. At least I can take him to hell with me.
No, you old tramp. He'll be looking down from above.
Perhaps. We can never truly know the mysteries of the afterlife. Even I, who tried to master the madness.
It consumed you, lady. You're just a bloodthirsty snake.
My intentions were pure. Once. Give me a dying wish.
What?
Burn this place down. Destroy all the memories. And me with it.
I can do that.
And you great ape.
What do you want from me?
You know what to do. You've already been doing it. I go now to learn the answer we all seek.
She's gone. But how can that be? All this blood.
She's from a different place, Penny. The same place as me.
What was she asking you?
To keep on fighting the good fight, I guess. To keep on protecting you. To keep shadows at bay.
All right, Chester. If anyone can, it's you.
I'll do my best. Now let's get to work. We got a house to burn and some bodies to bury.
This has been In Midnight Hours with Secrets and Sasquatch. Starring Rhyan Caven as Victoria Semenova, Barry Lowe as Chester, Lee Schwartz as Falron, Matt Snowie as Sarkis, and Erica Tarasoff as Penny Paxton. Written, cut, and directed by Al Renke. Special thanks to Ashley Browning, Stuart Kappas, and Caitlin Till. A Dire Wolf production.